Okay. We're back. Weird internet outage. Anyways, back for whatever 15-20 minutes before meeting. That was weird. I haven't had it be spotty here. But... Okay, we were checking on this multinomial. Okay, so this gives you multinomial. Torch plus 2. So multinomial works when you do not give it probabilities, evidently. What does multinomial expect you to give it? Input, some samples, do not need to sum to 1, but must be non-negative, finite, and have a non-zero sum. So if you pass this thing inf, it dies, I guess. Wait, replacement equals false. My advisor says he's enjoying spectating your Pokemon tweet replies. I don't know what it is, man. You poke a little bit of fun at Google, because, like, you know, with all their resources or whatever, they're like, oh, we're announcing we've beaten Pokemon. It's like, all right, we did it a couple months ago on a GPU, and everybody loses their shit. Including Yapseen. I don't think these people hate RL. These people just don't have opinions, right? They're just like doing the latest thing, and they're very defensive of their doing of the latest thing. Alright, whatever. So this is a thing. Cannot sample without replacement. How am I using this? Probs and N. Wait. Torch.multinomial. Oh, no, I see how this works, right? Yeah, this is fine. It probably doesn't need to be sampled with replacement. No, they're way too mad. I don't freaking... Are they? I mean, there hasn't been that much, unless I've missed quote tweets. There really hasn't been that much. Did you see the maze solver we put out, by the way? It's a pretty damn good solver. Look at this. That is RL, trained in 90 seconds. It, like, actually backtracks, like, pretty well at a high level. Like, look, it actually solves this. That's the type of thing you'd want for NetHack, right? Doesn't just get stuck in a corner somewhere. Like, this in particular, like, this backtracking here is pretty impressive. Yeah, I know it's only a tiny part of the difficulty, but, like, it's the purest example of, like, a bullshit exploration problem that's really hard to learn tabula rasa, right? and we solve that. It's pretty good. I didn't even redo the hyperparam sweep, man. I just ran it with like the latest advantage filtering and stuff. Sample factory baseline. See, that was your mistake. You should have gotten the puffer baseline working properly. Puffer is just gonna win. Puffer is just gonna win. There's so many implementation details. What do you mean porting it for you? You don't have to port any of it. You just need the environment and the policy, and then just run our defaults and it'll do better. Like, that's the idea. The goal is not that we do exactly whoever else does. The goal is that you take your thing, you run it on Puffer, maybe you do a sweep, and we just win. Like, across the board. And it's pretty well there. Like, we're solving a ton of different problems at this point. How do I not make this multinomial explode? If you give this thing infs, it explodes, right? I don't think it'll work without their NetHack specific hacks. I mean, we do have a dramatically better trainer and algorithm and tooling. Like, we've got some pretty darn good stuff at this point. Also, it's a heck of a lot easier to use and to, like, hack on new stuff with. You just need to have the N run nice and fast for me. If you get the M to run nice and fast, we can probably just... We're not going to just full solve NetHack, right? That's AI complete, but I think we'll do pretty damn well. Do I just mask out imps here? I think I just mask out imps. We just do this. But like, you can use that version of the codebase with Puffer, right? We just have like a gym-like interface or a gymvec-like interface, your choice. So the other thing is, do they have... Okay, I'm thinking the one thing with Sample Factory that might still be better, I think you would want to have a C or C++ multi-threading based vec-end backend, ideally. So if you had one of those, you could just plug it into Puffer, like, because you could just match the vec interface to it. And then you could still use our trainer and our sweeps and stuff and our algorithm, and you'd still win. Oh wait, is it not? I forget if it's not process safe or not thread safe, NetHack. You'd have to check on that. I can't think of why, because of the globals. Maybe it isn't thread safe. I don't know. I will spend at least 3 days seriously trying to make a NetHack baseline work in Puffer. I just think it'll be hard. Okay, I'm very happy with that, and I will very well help you when you want to see that happen. NetHack isn't thread safe, but NLE is. Interesting. I mean, you can always just run like the 16 processes or whatever with Puffer, but you're limited to batch size 16, which sucks. They make a copy of DL for each instance. Huh. Interesting. I mean, so like, does that mean that you can run them on the same process or no? Can you like load that multiple times and run them on the same process, or is that still messed up? I actually don't know how that works. Look, if you have unique state and you can load me 1,000 copies of NetHack, I think we insta-win. If you can do like 1,000 copies of NetHack, or like let's say 1024, and we split them on 16 workers, right? And we just alternate back and forth batches of 512. We run like you know, say 6 million, something like we run like some reasonably sized model on that. We'll even have DDP working with that, so we can even run distributed. Let's say we did like single node. Well, single node distributed doesn't really help you because you're gonna be CPU bound. But like even if we just ran on like one good box, let's say we got like a 1 or 2 GPU box with a Threadripper on it, like a 64 CPU Threadripper, like we should probably just win. They can run hundreds on 10 CPUs. Yeah, but if they're opening just a separate process per env, is lame, right? And also PufferLib's Vec doesn't like it when you do that. Like I could make a hacked version of it that wouldn't be as bad for that, but it's just way better if you cannot have them be single like env per process. I will actually help you with that though. If you seriously want to do NetHack stuff and like we'll put in time, then I will also put in some time to like make that work well. So. And like in your assessment, like was the wrapper done competently? We'll see if this fixes it. Okay, we'll see if this still crashes. These should be torches, man. Yeah. So I think that would be usually just assuming that researchers did any low-level thing that they touched wrong is a good assumption. I can look at it with you. You know, low-level game dev is a lot of fun, and it makes RL go very fast. I'm surprised you haven't jumped onto this boat yet. I mean, it's like, it's game dev, it's RL, it doesn't suck. Eh? That seems like it would be right up your alley. And you no longer have the I have to graduate excuse either. Ah, that's a lame excuse, though. That's not a real excuse. Like, heck, if you want to just jam some RL for a bit and you just want like a stipend to do whatever until you find something, I'm happy to do that. 2 months slotted for just doing whatever I want. Awesome. That'll be cool. I mean, at this point, like, nothing else is being really maintained anymore and, like, actively improved. So it seems kind of weird to, like, do it on something that isn't Puffer. Like, there are literally no other RL libraries that are, like, actively being developed to this extent. Like, we're kind of just doing the thing. I think I got a meeting in 5. Wait, let's see. NetHack sample factor is being used by the only team working at NetHack. I see. That's why the baseline's 2 times better than the MooLib one. It's probably a pretty small team, though, right? Is this a thing where, like, if I made a ridiculously better puffer baseline, they like, there's no way Meta would want a puffer contract for that, right? It'd be pretty hype. Not impossible. Wouldn't want to onboard onto something. What if the onboarding is run the script? You want to see something beautiful? Look what I did. Look what I managed to do, all right? This is the transcript of Puffer. It is less than 1,000 lines of real code. Less than 1,000 lines of real code here. And this is the full transcript, including the old demo file. Maybe 10 people and some interns? Who would win? 10 people and some interns or 1 puffer? I think we answered that question with the Google stuff the other day, right? Bet on the puffer. What is this? This is ultra high performance reinforcement learning dev. We do research, we build game environments, we build other types of environments. It's all open source, it's all free. And we've got a bunch of contributors working on all sorts of interesting projects in this space. Of course, it's coding. It's always coding. I do have to run in a minute, though, because I think I'm going to have a meeting whenever this guy messages me. I will be back for probably a couple hours before dinner and a couple hours after as well. Syllabus pretty much worked instantly on Sample Factory. Technically it shouldn't be that hard. Wait. It wouldn't be that hard. Like, our multiprocessing setup is generally way less jank than, like, the gymnasium or whatever Vec stuff. I mean, we are doing curriculum learning stuff in Puffer now, right, with Aaron's work? I'm not currently making a game. I've made, several, and other contributors have made other ones. At the moment, I am currently cleaning up all this code for our next release. Only 2 here for chat. I mean, it's a small stream. It's anywhere from 0 to 10, depending. We're getting more on Twitch. It depends on the day, honestly. Oh, 6 on Twitch. Hello, welcome, folks. Yeah. So for new people here, this is PufferLib. This is what I work on full time. It is very easy to use and very high performance reinforcement learning. So like this breakout agent trains in less than a minute on just your local GPU. We have fancier stuff as well, like this mini MMO. Like big world, lots of agents, items, equipment, weapons, a market. And you can play them all on this website too. But yeah, this is an open source project, so if we have any more technical folks around here, you do not need RL experience. Some of our top contributors came in with 0 RL experience. And are now like contributing tons of cool ends to the project. Great way to learn AI and RL. The thing that's most helpful is having a little bit of low-level programming experience. We write all these in C. It is very simple C, like first-year undergrad level C, very simple. But yeah, we try to really make like all this complicated stuff pretty easy to work with. This is research is what it is. This is not just like developing a game. Like we develop games as part of research. No, I'm a PhD in reinforcement learning. I've worked on this stuff for many years. I'm now trying to make it faster, better, more stable, useful for hobbyists, people just having fun training RL and stuff, but also for like legitimate academic research and for industry problems as well. So that's kind of how it works around here. Mm-hmm. We're just gonna do this for now. Not import exceptions. Yeah, we have to refactor a whole bunch of stuff now. I don't know why I made all these little tiny files in the first place, frankly. This is just going to be so much easier. When you get back from meeting, do you want to go over a problem I'm having with action shape errors? Absolutely. I didn't know that you were here. I can look at stuff now. I don't... Like, this guy, of course, as soon as I start looking at your thing, I'm sure he's going to message me. But for all I know, he might not show up. He might do whatever. He said whenever he finishes his previous meeting, but that was supposed to be 7 minutes ago. I don't have a clean commit state, though, at the moment. So maybe let me finish this refactor, and if he hasn't pinged me by then I'll do it. What's going on? This is reinforcement learning dev. I build PufferLib. All the stuff's at puffer.ai. We've got demos. You can play them here. You can see RL agents trained in your browser. And I stream all my dev on this project. So ultra high performance, simple to use, reinforcement learning, research, algorithms, infrastructure, all that. All open source. And we're always looking for new contributors. Many of our best ones came in with 0 RL experience. Oh, you know, I wonder if I'm getting new viewers from the Yaxine thing. That'd be funny. The rage bait might have... It wasn't even a rage bait is the thing. I was just like poking a little bit of fun at Google, like it's cause kind of lighthearted. It's like, ah, well, you know, we did that 2 months ago with like 1 GPU. Bots had me rolling. I mean, like, I don't know. People made the Gemini and whatever people got kind of butthurt over it. It was like a little joke because it's like, yeah, obviously they're not the same thing, but it was kind of funny the way they posted it, where they're like, ah, yes, artificial Pokemon intelligence and stuff. So, all right, congrats on second place. We did it a couple months ago with PufferLib on 1 GPU with Tabula Rasa RL, right? What's the best research for students who are interested in RL? I love your PhD presentation. Hey, thanks. Right here. Right here for, if you're getting into RL, like, this is the place. We've got a quick start guide right here. This is much more technically accessible than like even something like spinning up. It'll link you to a single digit number of papers and blog posts to read that give you most of the important stuff that's out there. And honestly, the best way to get into RL is to like build an environment, like build a new problem from scratch, and then go through the process of making RL work on it. And with PufferLib, you can make that process very, very fast. So you can train at 1,000,000 steps per second. So that takes you like 2 days instead of 2 months. And you can get help the whole way through. Because we are always looking for, like, if you're looking to get into RL, frankly, this is like, we try to make this a place where as long as you want to open source stuff, we help stuff out, it helps grow the project, and all the new M's that people build in the process of this become essentially tests for all the algorithms that we build. So it also helps advance the research as well. I'm just in nobody got fired. What? I don't know what you're referring to there. Oh, is that my iceberg video? That's a fun overview. It's mostly still all relevant as well. I hope people watch that thing. I put a lot of work into that. That was how I decided, okay, I'm not going to be making YouTube videos. It's just not worth it. I should be spending my time actually doing research and just do all this stuff live. No attribute puffer env. It should, right? Do you have a channel on YouTube? Yep. I'm here, YouTube, Twitch. It just streams to all the platforms, and then all the VODs just go to YouTube. They're not edited or anything, and they get cut up every time, you know, there's an internet outage or I have to like go do a thing or whatever, but you can technically, you have all the logs up there. This has got to be like some weird import order thing, right? You import PufferLib. It's probably like imports too much stuff or something. Oh, I wonder if this is... It's probably from PufferLib.PufferLib import star, right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's why I messed up. Eh. Maybe we will just leave it like this. $3:15 Eastern. Yeah, I don't know. I was supposed to have a meeting 15 minutes ago, but Iceberg vid is like a good overview. The post on that I brought up on puffer.ai as well, that blog post. I mean, I made those for new people looking to get into this stuff. Most of the environments on puffer.ai like most of those are from contributors. What happened here? Oh, and yes. Okay, that's clean. Now you can argue whether I'm making it actually better or not doing this stuff. But I don't know, I like it more this way. And it makes it way easier. It cleans up the namespaces. I should have done this a long time ago. Whether that's stable or not, who knows? But this is a dev branch, so who cares? So now we have a whole bunch of stuff in this 450 line file instead of having like 5 separate piddly little files. And if we look at what's in PufferLib now, we've got emulation.py, we've got a little Python code extensions, we've got models, we've got PufferLib.py, we've got a CUDA kernel, we've got some C stuff in here, we have our PyTorch stuff, we've got spaces, we've got sweeps. The only thing that I don't know about is utils. Hello? Right, so the thing I was doing before was I was just looking for dead code in here. Yeah, so this validate args, we get rid of this. Do we still use get init args? Okay, that's actually a little suspicious. Oh, you know what we did? We changed it to anything in the config instead of anything in this init. So we simplified a little bit. I know we use unroll nested dict a bunch. No, we use this a bunch. We still have this install. No, we do not have. But we might have install and import. No, we don't use this either. For this. Okay, we still use this. Check env. This gets used in utils and in vector, but I think vector has its own check envs. Okay, so this, we don't use this anymore. Why are you ignoring? Because you're just saying random stuff in my chat. Make zeros. Okay, so this is, I think we do use this for tests, right? So it would be compare space samples, I guess. Yeah, so this is only used in tests, it looks like. So we should move all of this stuff into... We should move, like, this stuff. How about compare arrays? Hang on. Yeah, so all of this stuff needs to get moved to here. Get D-type bounds. Okay, so this actually does get used. So I think we just take this stuff here and we put this into like a temporary mention. We use this in two different places. So I'll put this in test.py for now. Maybe. And I'll add a to-do, fix this. Was in utils. Only. Okay, so then there's get D-type bounds. This is only used in emulation.py. Emulate, nativize. Is dict space We use this type of stuff. Nope. 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 There's no way this is used. Yeah, I just like left a bunch of garbage in here. Okay, so this actually does get used. Only in tests. This is in we have that in clean PufferLib. We do not use this profiler. Or this. We replaced all of this, actually. And then I believe we do use suppress. We do use suppress in several M's that are annoying. Okay. Ordered dict doesn't get used. Null context doesn't get used. Time doesn't get used. OS. OS gets used. Pickle. Subprocess. Direct. Yeah, we use these redirects still. String IO. We use this. Till. Wrap. Now what we do is we take all this and we move it to here. That's nicely organized. 510 lines. Not bad. I'm surprised you're using grep instead of something like telescope. I just don't use that many tools. Like, I've like never really bothered to get into using very many tools like at all. I don't know, I use a pretty small set of pretty simple things. Cool. That now works. That should be a big commit diff. Yeah, minus 300. Code size getting smaller is good. So aside from this, I think we only have clean PufferLib, right? Which is only like another 1,000. Oh, and this is also not the full line count, right? This includes like white space. So once that gets moved in, I mean 4,000 lines-ish for all the puffer pythons, pretty solid. I think it can even get smaller than this if we like work on some things. And then obviously the most of the expansion is in C. And then really, if you think about it, like the actual stack that we use is probably half of this, and the rest is like for emulation for stuff like Atari. There's probably stuff in PyTorch we can delete as well, but this is, I mean, this is like a pretty darn good setup. Let's start taking a look at your stuff, Plasma. Let's start taking a look at your code here, because I don't know where these guys are. I don't know. This is like the second or third time they've done this, so. Please direct me as to where I should look. Perfect. Ooh. I've been waiting for this one for a while. I really wanted this env to play around with. Buffers, of course. Bonus points. Is this PR review, or are there issues that need to be fixed? Okay, so this is the second time now I've seen this. Why does everybody have these? Like, did you get these from Captain? Or from these came from somewhere, right? Oh, from Bet. Yeah, this is from Bet. Damn it. Yeah, Bet didn't. It's a lot easier than this. Yeah, Bet didn't understand the way that we were doing stuff with our Vec API when he did this. I can show you how that works. Yeah, this is about what it should look like. Something like this. I would expect to see like a num agents param in here or something if it's not just hard-coded. Oh, it's hard-coded. Okay. Well, it's hard-coded here. Huh. There probably should be num agents here. But you want me to do leave comments on this so it's easier for you to track stuff? Just trying to get everything working. Okay, then let's actually we can do even I'm not looking for a review as of yet. Okay. So what is it that you'd like me to look at then? Like what is the thing that doesn't work? Action shape bug. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. I have multiple contributors and I didn't remember whether it was you who had the action bug. Okay, cool. Weird. All right. But this is built. Was it bash scripts? It's local. Is it in a branch? Probably in a branch, right? Create voids. And okay, we should have voids env. Is this thing supposed to build? You want to just push to your... Yeah, just push to your thing and I'll pull... Just push to that branch and I'll pull this real quick. Yeah, no worries. It's like random stuff and then people shilling a crypto scam. That's funny. Oh yeah. In the meantime, we can check. Oh, this is still crashing, right? Wait, hang on. Didn't we start another sweep? What happened? Oh wait, this is Pong. Yeah, we started a Pong sweep that must have crashed. That's annoying. I thought that that would have fixed it. Yeah, this is, or breakout sweep, yeah. Policy gradient loss. Binary search for multinomial. So it is screwing up in the multinomial kernel still. Kinda weird. Screwing up in multinomial kernel is weird. Enduro? You mean Boyd's, right? Dude, I love this. This is so good. Oh man. I wanted one of these for so long. And it's funny because like I technically built something that you could sort of argue would work in the grid system, but this is gonna be like such an easier and cleaner way of doing it. Doing something. Puffers. That's awesome. Not important binding, so I have to compile this, right? You did not add a binding here yet. So how is this supposed to train if there's no binding? Unless I'm wrong, is there like voids? Yeah, there's no voids in here, man. Wait, how is this supposed to train if there's no binding for it? You added one to pure C? Did you commit it? You should do that. It makes virtual. Well, I should get UV because it's fast. We don't have virtual M's. You see, like, we're in containers. So like if you're stacking virtual M's inside of containers, it's like you've put an M in, like, I don't know, that's got to be illegal or something, right? Like putting a bag of holding in a portable hole. Yeah, it's helpful if you're not in a container, but we like our containers. Even for local dev, I have container, because I have an identical setup then right here and on the cluster. It's like, it helps so much to just have the full container. Yeah, that is something I am working on, Jason. I am working on that. But that's only in dev. That is only in the dev branch. There is technically, you do kind of need CUDA with the new stuff, Plasma. There's, because we ship CUDA kernels, and you need like a graceful CPU fallback, so that is something that I am working on. There will be a graceful fallback. I already figured out how to do it. I just have to adjust some stuff in the setup.py still. It took like 4 hours. It was not fun. Ooh, agents. So if there's one M. No, hold on. Let me see what you did. Some M's, some voids. So is this supposed to be one env and one void? Except that the defaults will spawn 2 M's, so it is 2 M's with 1 void each, I guess. Well, this is wrong. It's the single space is for a single agent. Each void is an agent. Now this is going to take absolutely forever because, well, you have one environment being passed. Ah, now we get the error again. All right. 3 to 3. Yeah, so you set this to -3 to 3, and the policy is not doing anything to clip this. So you didn't even get to this error, I assume, here. But this would be, you set it to like -inf, or your policy has to clip it somehow. So we're going to set, oops. Okay, so you clip it, but you clip it to the action space, so this is too late, because the check has already occurred. You'd want to do something like this. I mean, to be fair, this is something that I could improve on in the continuous API. Let me see about that. Does this return any logs? Yeah, one sec. Could be, all right. Well, this will run, right? Those are just array lib leaks. Yeah, fine. Float episode. Let's see how you're doing your logging. Is this Python or is this bindings? New C bindings. Cool. So when does this termination get called? Current void reward less than 0.99f. So this is if they get to the edge of the screen. Is it possible for them to get this far? Because, like, don't they get cut off? Because, like, the puffer has some width to it. Yeah, so the puffer is, like, isn't it going to get cut off way before 0.99? Rewards are cumulative. That's... Sure? This is current void reward. And then this is set with a hard equal. Hey, bro, what are you doing? I'm currently helping Plasma here debug this awesome new environment in which there are lots of pufferfish swimming around. We're going to get reinforcement learning working on this. We're going to get this thing debugged. Can we move? Can I just try something real quick? Make sure it's not a thing that I could, like, easily guess. Oh, also, you have to manually, for now, purge old builds until I figured a way to clean this out. And now it's done this. That is a new annoying quirk. I will figure out how to fix that. Okay, so the thing I suggested was completely wrong. Saw a video for you. You can make videos teaching people RL. Well, I made a couple of them. The thesis defense did really well. The one after didn't. So I just figured mostly I just stream all the dev live now and I answer stuff while I'm working on things. It takes a long time to make videos, and really the main objective here is to push RL forward. I can't be doing research if I'm making videos all day. Okay, this is never getting called. Current Boyd reward is reward minus. This is a normalized thing. Alright, these rewards seem completely wrong to me, right? Like, it's mostly getting a ton of reward. I have not seen... There's a small negative. There's one big negative. Junior CS student in Egypt. I also built my own deep learning framework. Give you GitHub to look at. Really love research. Like, you built like your own autograd type thing? That's a common exercise. We do, well, it depends how much you go into it, right? Like, CS 231N is a course I recommend to everyone. They have you do something similar. We have, a inference-only one in pure C and PufferLib as well. I don't know what the right thing to do is to get an intern as a research student. Typically, you just have to like meet and talk with professors for the most part. It's very difficult to get a research internship as an undergraduate at like a big lab or somewhere. You can get applied stuff, not really research stuff, unless you're like you have some solid publication history, and then yes, you can potentially do that. But best bet is to do like stuff in academic labs. So I don't know what this reward function is supposed to be, man. But whatever it is currently, maybe I can figure it out. Let's see. So reward is 0. It also, you don't have to make them respawn ever, right? The actual ones in Boyd don't ever respawn. I think you were just looking for a way to get logs in, weren't you? You can get actions into it with eval, no problem either way. Heck, this thing still isn't. Well, that's weird. With diff optimization algorithms. I mean, yeah, like depending on the type of thing, it can either be. It's like anything from a basic exercise up to you built PyTorch, right? ResNet and VGG from pre-trained weights. That seems more substantial. I mean, what is your goal though in like what's your goal in showing me this? Like I can technically review whatever ML stuff, yeah, but we mainly do reinforcement learning and reinforcement learning adjacent things here. I would just delete this, man. Just make feedback. I mean, I can look at stuff briefly if you link it, sure. I am trying to figure out what's going on with this env right now, though. I also don't know where this guy is. He said at 3:15 and he just disappeared. Still nothing? And this is starting to get a little spooky. Like, why? It shouldn't even matter if it's incorrect anymore, man. It should still just work. Where the heck is this thing? So this is obviously not returning anything at all. You got vec in it. This is being called. F terminated. Voids. Okay, so this is adding logs, right? Add log is getting called. Have you made any publications? Well, yes, of course. You don't get a PhD without doing that. I don't know when is the right time to start doing a paper or something. It depends on your plans. If you want to go to grad school and do stuff, then yes, you need publications. If you're doing stuff in industry, they help, but depending on the role, you may or may not need them. My first publication was my sophomore year of undergrad, after I'd been doing research for about, I don't know, close to a year. So I'd done research before then as well, just it wasn't very good. So my first like decent piece of research, I'd say. Decent enough. Okay, so you have this binding thing. Where do you work and what was your first paper about? I work on Puffer full time. This is my job. It's all free and open source, but we do have a few companies that pay us for priority service, our eyes on their problems, extended support, running our stuff early on their problems, generally helping with that side. My first paper was in a completely different area. It was about language modeling. You can read it here. It's not amazing. It was pretty decent for me being like 18 or 19 at the time, I think. But where is it? Recurrent highway hyper networks. This would not be publishable nowadays. The bar is higher now, but also you have to realize that the tools that we had back then were nowhere near as good as what we have now. So this was like super early, super jank PyTorch beta on like a jank like Franken desktop that I rigged up. Yeah. Why is this thing not train? Like my bank account, right? No, I didn't. This definitely calls add log. Welcome YouTube folks. This is currently debugging a contributor's environment. Let's fix the ISO on this camera as well. A little better. Upcoming contributor? Fair enough. You gotta actually submit the voids. Have it working. It gets cleared on reset, right? When does this get called? Never. Do I need to solve a problem in the paper? Can I propose an idea? Oh man, if that's like the level that you're asking about, like, yeah, there's gonna be some work to do for sure. Um, the way that you get started in research is that you pick an area that interests you, for which you have at least something that reasonably approaches the technical background to be able to at least teach yourself some stuff in. So, like, if you know absolutely no math, don't pick a math heavy area of research, right? If you know absolutely no programming or no like low level programming, probably don't pick systems research, right? You pick an area of research that you're interested in where you have at least something that is reasonably close to the prerequisites to be able to understand what's going on. You start looking for papers in that space that are interesting. At first, you're not really going to know which ones are useful or important. You can join discords, you can like check on X, you can like try to find people to, like recommend you stuff to read. There are lots of guides on like, papers to read if you're like want to learn X. You read those papers, you get a sense of the structure of a research paper, you get a sense of how science is done, you get a sense of the types of things that papers are, like the scope of a paper and like what a paper is looking to do, like what is the type of contribution that is valued. And then once you've read enough papers, you get a new idea or something like, oh, I could do something like this, but maybe I do it in like this way instead, and we see what happens. Ideally, you pick something where it's not ridiculously difficult to implement your idea. Um, then you go and you implement it, you test it, you run the comparison, and if it does better, then you write it up as a paper. You write up, the background on the method that you're approaching, how you like thought about how to make an improvement. You detail of the experiments that you did, and that is most of the paper. And yeah, that is like kind of the first basic paper that you do. Now later on, you'll get ideas that are not just one step removed from something existing, right? You'll get like completely new ideas when you are more experienced, uh, and then that is a little bit harder to frame stuff in. But usually, you start with trying to do something on top of something that already exists. You do not go implement every single paper. You go implement a few of the easier to implement papers, ideally. Like when I started, I implemented, I don't know, some variational autoencoders. I did some like basic language modeling stuff, right? I maybe did some like basic vision stuff, but I didn't like go implement anything that's thousands of lines of code. Yeah, you do want to at least implement something. Like, I do not suggest, oh, first paper, time to re-implement llama from scratch. Like, you're not going to have a fun time. Mixture of experts. You want to see some crazy stuff? This was the second paper that I tried to do. All right, this was the second frickin' paper I tried to do. This is like a dynamically assembled architecture. Where's the figure? Yeah. So this is a dynamically assembled architecture, so where each problem instance assembles a different graph, and then we came up with this like topological sort thing to like group nodes based on what nodes were being used often so that it run at a half decent speed. This was a nightmare. Don't do this. You will not have any fun. Of course, I shouldn't be one to talk about fun because I like started on neural MMO and then banged my head against it for 6 years until I got somewhere. All right, man, what did you do? Why is this thing not logging? Like, it ought to log something, you would think. Yeah, is this thing doing anything? Like, I'm not seeing it. You have a vex step. That looks fine. Back in it. I implemented batch norm, also dynamic computation graphs, also hard attention, like I'm trying. Yeah, the backwards pass for batch norm is a pain in the ass. Dynamic computation, I'm trying, man. Like, what are you trying to do building this thing, though, right? Like, because, like, I built like a mini PyTorch is a cool project. It's not a research paper, right? It's a good way to learn stuff. In fact, it's like one of the best ways to learn the nuts and bolts. Like, if you know how those networks work, you should be able to read some papers, right? And, like, get a sense of how they're structured, what they're trying to do. Is this step function just not, like, getting called at all? You have a C step. Print should appear through. Print should definitely appear here, right? Oh, you know what? I bet you did. Hang on. Wait, let me see. That is 256. You see this a whole bunch of times. You know what? I bet you did. I bet we can figure out exactly what you did. Oh, and this is one of the cool things, by the way. Like, you want to see something cool? Here, let me show you how you would have fixed this yourself. Because I think we're gonna find your bug right here. You're right there, 171. pdb -- args. Boom. Break PufferLib ocean voids voids.h 171. Start of this loop. Run. You can step and see with PDB. Yup, that's one of the main advantages of the new API over Python. Isn't that cool? Except, oh, hold on. That's just my OS. I think it's just silly thing. Don't worry about it. Yeah, there we go. Now I do have to set the one other thing I forgot to do. We have to set vec to serial so we can debug in one process. Why is it not? Oh, because I'm on the wrong line. Hang on. 154. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so there you go. This is how you would have fixed your problem. I'm going to show you, I'm going to look very stupid if I'm wrong about what this bug is. But look, so you would put some breakpoint in here so you can see what the heck is going on, right? Why aren't we getting to your code? There you go. That's why we're not getting to your code. So I can see exactly, and I see exactly why this happened. It's because you initialized it in the .c file and you didn't initialize it from Python. You didn't initialize it anywhere, you see? So I guessed your bug, and then I showed you how you would confirm that, even if you didn't happen to guess your bug. So you have your numboids right here. Mems, numboids. This is the thing that was suspicious to me, right? Still no boids. Okay. No big deal. Still 0. So, binding file not getting recompiled or some weird thing? Good call. I know I did remove the binding file. Get rid of this garbage. This is Snake. Has to be a keyword arg. There you go. Becknet requires 6 arguments. Hang on. I think you missed something. Hang on. Ocean. Becknet. What is it? It is numems. No, numems is in args. You missed the seed. So that's why it worked. Otherwise, it would have given you a nice error message. But you missed the seed. Device side assert triggered. Really? Immediately? Well, that's a me issue. Well, kind of. It probably means your hyperparams suck if it's failing that quickly. Let's just do 4096. 1 void each. $32 voids. What's this? 128. Learning rate is massive. Holy. Cannot broadcast put array. Uh-huh. No, I do not. I need this. Num agent's wrong. Still no? Yes, that is why it is called single. Did I rename it to like agent or something? I think I used this notation from Petting Zoo though. I think that's why I used this. Eh? Oh, you know what this is? This is numems. Hang on, this is numems. Does this Vecnet not do... It shouldn't matter when you call that technically. I could be wrong, I don't know. Ah, because num agents is num voids now. Bonk. Yep. Okay. Do that in the step function too. You do not have this in the step function. Nothing. Really? Nothing? Ought to be something now. Did I accidentally make a massive number of M's or something? I don't think so. What do you think of a new style of RL? And maybe instead of a neural network, you could evolve a code base using LLMs. That's like Voyager style stuff. Yeah, that paper is mostly a sham, and LLMs still absolutely suck at coding. Give it a couple of generations and maybe, but even then, like scripting just doesn't work for all problems. Like, it's good in some cases and bad in others. You're still going to want action models. Alright, so you're getting log here. That's a step up. It is actually calling your log function. Yes, you need different, like, it's, like, go ahead and script me a Dota bot that beats OpenAI 5, right? Like, how? It's hard. Num-ems. Does not get set? Surely this gets set, right? Yeah, this gets set right here. I can imagine Dota being doable. if you have entity base observation, you could maybe evolve an enormous code base. It would be really freaking hard. You know what? Actually, I have an example for you. Tesla tried really hard to do this. They wrote 300,000 lines of C++ and then replaced it with a neural network. So there you go. So that is written by programmers that are much better. At least you would hope many of them are much better than current LLMs, which are awful. Maybe driven by the observation space. That is with them having classifiers and stuff for object recognition. Still end up having 300,000 lines of C++. It's very hard to script everything. And then there are places where it's actually way easier to script things, right? I'm gonna go put a breakpoint inside the frickin' Python binding itself, because I don't know how this has managed to be a thing. This is ludicrous. $128 Ms. Here's your N. It is voids. Num keys. Size of log over size of float. You have float, float, float. This is not an int. This is a float. I should probably make it so that this doesn't explode. Sure.
Can you hear me?
Yep. How's it going?
Good. Right.
We're making progress on this thing.
I mean, we got first I tried making the Python bindings. I couldn't pass like actions and observations to it like I the way you guys were doing it. So it just told me do the new C binding thing. So that's kind of what I'm doing.
Right. I think I got the audio balanced now. I had to mic down the desktop audio a little bit. Yeah, so this is useful as well because I get to see where it is, like where you can possibly screw up stuff.
Mm-hmm. Hey, bet.
Hello, bet. Ah, there we go. Easy fix.
Nice. So what was the issue?
Yeah, I probably should make it work if you screw that up.
Oh, the float thing. Yeah, you can probably check for that maybe,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah, this
air
float.
out like that should be float.
Well, it's tough because then you have to do it dynamically. Like, you can't dynamically
Ah,
inspect types at C.
right.
Where's printf? Where the heck am I printing log from?
Mm, where? Python?
I think I was.
Really? It's just grep code base. I
Dude,
don't know.
grep log is
Um,
everywhere. I guess I can grep
print.
from
I
here.
don't know. Yeah. Uh, or .h as well, not just
Wait,
.py.
why is this thing? Oh, because I'm not in the directory.
Yeah.
On a call right now. Is it fixed? We're fixing it, bet.
We're working on it.
Trace log? No, that's different.
Uh, I
Somewhere
think
there's just a
this is just
log.
a printf or a print where there's something. Yeah. Um.
Binding? Oh, it's the binding file.
Yeah, that might be a binding.h
Yep. Bad.
or binding.c.
Got it.
Oh. Wow. Okay. We are getting stats.
Yep, they're not good stats, but they're stats.
Yeah, but yeah. Better than nothing.
So then you have to do some
Oh.
reward stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I know exactly why the rewards. I think I know why the rewards are being done there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, my
Also,
min-max
continuous rewards are kind of
normalization
hard.
thing.
Like, discrete rewards for
Yeah.
events are a lot easier. I guess it has to be continuous for voids. But yeah, you'll get to play with this.
Yeah. Because I have to basically I get the rewards from the how similar the average vector is, like like the vector you calculate from the rules in Boids, how similar it is to the one that the policy gave you.
How would you like me to get these to you? I can zip these to you and drop them in Discord. You can give me push access, or what would you like? What's the easiest thing?
Yeah, I mean you can just push them, and I think you have access. You own the repo.
I don't own your fork.
Ah, how can I give you
It's in
push access?
settings.
In the settings of the fork itself,
Yes.
or oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. Settings. Give me a second. I gotta use a passkey.
Yep. I will be right
Okay.
back while you do that.
All right. Um. mm, Interesting. Damn, that's a sick gym.
Do I have access?
Yeah.
Great. Actually, here, we'll do. Permission denied.
Yeah. It looks like so. Are you? Yeah, I gave it to Jay Suarez like the 4341.
5341?
Yeah, I'm waiting for a response. But from what I see from your last commits, you're using like an account that doesn't exist or
The heck?
something.
I have
Yeah,
one
like
account.
I know. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about.
If
Sometimes GitHub does that.
it's
It's this.
this right
See?
here. Let me see what you're showing me.
Like this is your account. Like this is your actual account, but for some reason you're committing stuff with
Huh?
this is like your actual account and you're committing stuff with I guess a non-existent one for some reason here. You know, like I
Huh?
can yeah. Yeah. Same
If
thing
you
with
click on any of those,
the yeah, you can't like like let's say let's look at the commit for example.
the hell?
Um yeah, just
I don't have anything that should do that.
It just
yeah.
saying his name sometimes and it's saying his account name other times. It's probably just inconsistent.
It's
Yeah, you
dumb.
have you're like you know how you
Well, I
do like
should be
git
listed
config.
on. I should definitely just be listed. Like, if you gave perms to that account, it should work.
Well, I think you need to like accept it. It says
Oh, that's
awaiting like
probably it.
pending invite.
Why the heck do you need?
I don't know.
Is it just an email or whatever?
I think it's in your
No.
no, I think it should be in your notification. Maybe not.
Oh, yay. I have pending dumbbell quotes.
Sounds good.
I'll buy myself a nice set of Avancos.
Are those adjustable or
No,
static?
full set of fixed dumbbells.
Wow.
Be nice.
Fancy.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're doing 15 pairs. 5s to
Wow.
50 is in 5-pound
Are you
increments,
going
and
to
then 60,
50s?
and then 60
Okay.
to 100 in 10-pound increments.
Woo!
Oh, you
Okay.
do 120
Jesus
pounds.
Christ. Okay.
So I'm not
I'm
doing
guessing you
20
have like
pairs.
like you have adjustable bench and everything.
I mean, you can literally see it in the
100
background, right?
Well, your head was
Like,
yeah, I can see it
there's
now. Yeah.
the rack.
It's sick.
There's the comp bench right there. Or not comp bench.
Yeah.
It's not quite comp bench. The pad's different. Uh,
Yeah.
my
Nice.
adjustable bench is right there. There's the log down there. All the
You
surfer
got
racks.
yeah. I see you got what's called string stoppers or whatever, like the string bar catchers, like
Oh
the
yeah, the
strips.
safety straps. Those are really good.
Yeah.
I highly
So,
recommend those.
Yeah, for sure. If you don't want to die squatting.
Yeah. Generally
it
preferable to
happened.
not. And I like
So,
I like training to failure sometimes as well, so like it's better.
what was the
All
problem?
right.
I want to know what was wrong with it.
Oh, thanks. I need to write myself a note to fix that as well.
You pushed right. Yeah, I pulled. Let's see.
So there were several issues. One was also make
You didn't push yet.
So the two main ones that were that he did not initialize the number of agents in the environment itself. Actually, there were three main ones. One, he had the single observation space he was defining for all agents. It was the wrong shape. And then the environment was exporting, or the environment wasn't exporting logs because it never got num agents in the initialization, so that needed to be fixed. And then
Then the
additionally, the
float
log
int.
was an int. Like the
Yeah.
logs are intended to be all floats right now, and we literally check num bytes.
How did it become an int? Like how was it becoming an int? Because I obviously put them all to floats when I was trying to make it work,
Well,
but that didn't make it work.
well,
Because they have three different bugs.
Yeah, that's probably why. Okay, so observation shape was wrong. So plasma, that was one of the I told you there are many like one line gotchas. That was one of them,
yeah,
I think. So
yeah.
yeah,
Well, what I really just hope is that I can see the actions and the observations, and like I can actually see them being passed down to C. Because
you'll
with
see
the
it. You'll see it
Cython, they
now.
weren't.
Yeah, well,
No,
you
you
can
see 'em.
debug now is the nice thing. So at least like you have breakpoints.
Exactly.
Like
And I
that's
saw you
should make it
using
so much easier.
GDB
Yep.
instead of PDB as well, which is I did not know GDB can debug Python.
Yes,
Usually,
it's pretty
if
cool.
it's
Well, it'll drop you into the C, which is nice.
right, that's generally just use PDB if it's in the Python files.
Yeah. It's very nice. I know. Yeah. Have you pushed those changes?
Yeah, I pushed it.
Okay.
This is gonna be a fun end once we have it like doing stuff as well.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a super fun end.
Uh
I think for you suggestions, don't try to make it delete agents. You don't need to do that. You don't need to reset the end
right.
after like end steps or anything. Yeah.
Don't delete agents. Don't. I guess. I mean, yeah. So the ends. So like when you were saying like don't delete them, are you just saying like don't terminate them?
Yeah, you
Just
don't need to
make them
terminate them
like
at all.
that. Yeah.
It can just
So
not
just to
terminate.
make. Yeah, just make them like just get very bad reward, and it's just gonna be
Yeah, and you can just log at fixed intervals. It's fine.
Yeah.
This maze solver is
Okay.
really good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I like how we
I
got like a few extras on this when it was like done because
why am
of
I not?
Yep scene.
Do I need to?
It
Yeah,
didn't
think
do
I
as
need
well
to.
as we thought though. It didn't do as well as I figured because I guess I don't know, when you make some stupid posts they don't always do like ridiculously well. I mean, this is like a ludicrously large account to only have that many views on something.
true.
I know he posts constantly, so like not all of them are crazy. Also, Notch hiring programmers for an awesome game is like pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a lot of fun. Sadly, I have to fix RL.
Game no vibe quarters or new line.
New line curly
Where is it?
brace. No putting curly braces on a new line.
Dang.
Wait, I'm not seeing the push. I'm seeing only my commits. For some reason. Or did you push it straight to my like fork?
There's a new branch. Come on, we have a little bit of hygiene here. I didn't just push it to your branch.
Yeah, good.
You didn't just
So
push them
what
all
did you call
together?
it?
What?
What did you name the branch you created?
Well, you could look at all branches if you just click on the branches and go view all branches.
Yeah.
That's how you have that many branches. Let me look.
Boyd's fix. I see it. Okay. Thank you.
Let's find it for you.
Somebody was like typing on his account or some bullshit. He
Here it is,
DM'd me
12:16.
like, oh,
Let's
oops.
go.
It's whatever.
Wait,
No, it's funny.
Nice.
that looks like a hard climb. Why is he on a rope though?
What do you mean? You're not gonna free solo that? He's
I
not
mean,
bouldering.
I
is he
don't
not
know.
climbing down?
I never got into climbing.
I've always climbed down. I've never not climbed down. I've
On
rappelled
like
down.
boulders?
Yeah, climb up, climb down.
Well, he's probably doing like a 50-meter wall if he's using like lines. So
It
I
looks
prefer
super
to
cool. I
lift
mean,
rocks instead of climb them.
yeah,
I actually have outside. I got a big pile of rocks for me to lift. It's great.
I was lifting rocks yesterday. It's not great. It's awful.
That's great. Lift them. Fun.
I lift my body weight. That's another thing you can do.
True.
Or fun lift
True.
bar. I have a lot of new equipment arriving probably Friday or Monday, which is gonna be fun.
Are you gonna have like cable machines where you can do flies or
That is
whatever?
arriving in 3 or 4 weeks. And yes, we have
Nice.
4
Woo.
pieces, I believe, like 4 commercial grade pieces of equipment arriving. We've got a dual cable tower. We've got a super squat, which is like a combo machine squat and Viking press, which I've really, really wanted.
Yes.
We got incline Smith machine, and there's also this like multi-way station because it was really cheap,
Yeah.
and it does a ton of different things, and it's like actually
So
not a piece of crap.
you're literally building Puffer Fitness.
No, it's Puffer Training
Yeah.
Facility. It's training agents and
Ah.
training me.
Yeah. What's the rewards, dude? What's the rewards?
Yeah,
The
what's the
reward
reward?
for me
The re-
is being healthy and jacked. The reward for the agent is whatever we tell them it is. We've also got
The
pretty
reward
nice running
function is
around
a
here
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
There's like we've got a good like 10K of trails around here that I can run.
Oh,
And
you have like trails. Nice.
so I'm just like keeping myself like in the local area,
Yeah.
right? Just like right out. I just start running and then I get back here and it's 10K. And only
Nice.
like a mile of it is roads, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoy running on actual like gravel and stuff more than roads. Like
Gravel's still
trails.
tough, but
Well, yeah, like
yeah.
more like
Yeah.
just earth, just like basic,
Yeah.
like
My knees were not happy with running in Florida. Yeah, that was not
Mhm.
fun. So
Also, I would recommend getting like a shoe with like a bigger toe box, so your actual
I really like
toes
my
can move
I've been
around.
wearing Brooks for the last couple of years for running and I
Oh,
really like
nice.
them. I really like
What
those.
ghosts?
Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks Ghost. Is that the model, or are you running with like the other ones? There's
1
a
second.
bunch of Brooks model.
He's gonna go. He doesn't. He doesn't remember. He just bought
Yeah,
a bunch
well,
of shoes, and whichever ones didn't hurt his feet, he used. I use Bondi Hoka Bondi 8s. They're not really running shoes, but
nice.
yeah,
I mean, they are technically
sorta.
Hokas
Yeah.
are running. I have I tried the Brooks I tried one of the Brooks and
Too
I didn't
narrow.
really like it. Yeah, I felt the toe box is too narrow, so
Yep.
now I have Ultras, if you know what those are.
I got wide. They're Bondi
You're
8
just
wides
venting
actually.
right now.
Yeah,
You're
no,
just
that's what
getting
he
a
does.
sentence.
Yeah, no, that's what he. It's actually a really good idea to
Well,
incorporate
I
it
just
into your daily routine.
yeah, not just
Yeah.
having it in one kind of
Yep.
space where you're pushing yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's just it's easier if you integrate it to make sure it gets done.
Yeah, well, I haven't gotten my training done in a long time, so I get that.
I've been slacking as well.
I'll get it today. Today I'll hit back
Your
and buys.
adrenalines.
Nice. Adrenalines?
Yeah.
Eh,
Okay, here in just a bit.
let me see. Brooks.
I believe that's
Yeah.
yeah.
I see. Do you have like the more of like the the bottom that's more like spiked or well, I mean they look the same.
I got
Oh,
a
my
couple
bad.
different pairs.
Yeah. You don't slip with those?
No,
Like in the trails?
not at all.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a pair of Hokas and hated them, and I got these, and these were great.
Hmm.
I put 1,500 miles last year. I'm not doing that again this year. I'm probably gonna try to hit like 750-ish this year.
Yeah, that's still a lot, dude.
Yeah, well,
I
I
only
mean,
got
like, I don't know. Maybe I will. We'll see. For now, I'm just trying to get my weight back on and get my muscle and strength back.
Hmm.
Um, I lost 18 pounds in January, so I'm trying to put that all back on.
You do mostly compound lifts or
Yeah, mostly.
yeah.
I don't know. I did what I do like 3 sets of push presses today, and then I've just been doing light bench sets of 15 to 20 just every time I get up. Aside from that,
Yeah. Do you do any like calisthenic stuff? So like pull-ups,
I do
push-ups, dips,
some
that
pull-ups.
kind of
That's
stuff?
about it.
Hmm.
I don't
Have you
know.
tried weighted pull-ups?
When I did weighted pull-ups, my best was a 2-plate weighted for one.
Ooh, those 245s?
Yeah.
That's insane, yeah.
But
For me,
now
it was like
I really like this thing. I don't know if I'll be able to hit it having just benched, but this thing in the background, this is great.
the stepping thing, the step. Yeah. Yeah. I saw that. I was like sick. Whew. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like a salmon ladder, but not like static salmon ladder. Yeah. Damn.
Oh, is he going all the way up?
No, he did. Yeah, damn. Yeah, that's good.
So that thing's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean that's good if you have the budget for it. I'm running on budget, so what
Well,
I
yeah.
do is I do like do you know what front levers are?
Yeah, I don't do that type of
Yeah,
calisthenic stuff,
so I
but
do
I know,
kind of
yeah.
those. Yeah. So I do that, and then I basically have all I need for calisthenics is dip bars, a like a chair, and like a pull-up bar with
Hmm.
a weighted vest, and that's all I need. Because again, I can just
Yeah.
progressively overload.
I mean, technically all I need is like just a base rack and a bench
Yeah,
with a bar. But
yeah, it's nice
it's
to
more
have
fun
more.
to have it's more fun when you have a
Oh, of
bunch of
course.
stuff.
Yeah, you have your training. You have your literally your training environment.
Training
Not
facility.
written in C though. That's
Not written in C. Maybe I am though, I don't know.
yeah, maybe. Let's see.
So we
Yeah.
got your M
I'll
set. Oh,
yeah. Now I'll
I just
continue.
did. So, Bet, this is the new.
Yeah.
You'll find this interesting for sure. Oops. So this is what it currently looks like. The PufferLib folder, the PI files in it.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So it's 3.3K
Uh,
total, way fewer files. A lot of stuff I moved, all the little shitty files I moved into just pufferlib.py.
okay. Oh, yeah. That's a new one.
Yeah, and then clean pufferl is going to go in here now. So then that'll bring us to under 5K for the entire puffer Python, like all the puffer Python.
So it's all going to be in the PufferLib folder. PufferLib, PufferLib.
Oh, I
Okay.
think I already showed you that I merged the demo file with clean pufferl.
No.
Oh, so this is less than 1,000 lines of actual code now. and it has both.
That's wild. Oh, you know what? No, I watched you editing it. I didn't look on the bottom to see what file you were in though. I just assumed you were in demo.
Yeah, no, this is everything now. So this is like
Ooh, that
there are a couple
yeah.
bugs, but it's like it's super condensed, and I mean it's
Going
literally
for
we're
that
getting to the
tiny
point where
grad
it's just
code.
well, except it's
That's
not
wild.
golfed. It's not golfed at all.
That's
Yeah.
wild. Extreme intensity because both of those files were kind of daunting.
Yeah. So
Nice.
the hope is this should just make it way easier now for people, and like it's just a much thinner stack as well. I think that honestly, if I tried really hard, I could probably cut another like 700 lines out of this thing, but it would take so much time. So I'm going to settle for cutting, another couple hundred out, and we'll call it there.
So
I mean, I think it looks great.
everything's going in there basically.
Something like that, Jason, is in fact planned. Something like that is in fact planned.
You don't like the paint thing? I think it's pretty good.
There is actually a plan
Artboard?
to have a big TV I can point the camera at. All right, so we got Boyd's nicely.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? The only other thing I really want to get done today, I got like 20 minutes. I don't know what the heck is wrong with our probability function. I would have sworn that I'd fixed it with the other thing, but it didn't work.
When's the release, Joseph?
As soon as I damn well finish it.
All right, I will get back to doing that. It's tricky to get Grok to play Pokemon. Very tricky business.
That's what you should have told Yap C, and it's like, hey.
I did. I
You
was at his
did?
spot. Yeah, no, I constantly spam him. He knows. It's not in line with his. It's not in line with his persona, and it's not in line with his
It's funny as hell.
Engagement.
Ooh,
So
nananans. Is this what happened?
Hey,
Is
Linky,
this where we failed?
I'm gonna go for a walk, so I'll catch you guys
ya.
later.
See ya.
Linky?
Yeah, what's up?
Welcome, man. How's it going? We are on stream.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm just living life. Figured I'd stop by. It's been a minute.
Yeah, man. I've been working towards this new release. We've got some stuff going. How's your M going?
Well, I kind of haven't been working on it for a while. I figured I should probably study some, linear calculus and all that so I could better understand things. And
It's
then,
linear algebra or multivariate calculus, not linear calculus. So probably
good
yes.
to know.
Linear algebra? Then no.
Linear algebra. Well, you only the calc is not bad at all because you only need derivative calculus, and you need it to the extent of like, I don't know, knowing chain rule, and that's
Partial
about
derivatives,
it. Yeah, that's all you need. It's just like a tiny fraction. Linear algebra is bigger, but honestly, the thing that's most useful is just being comfortable with tensor operations.
Yeah, matrix multiplication, vector kind of operations.
Yeah.
There are a handful of tricks that are like useful to know. But... Oh yeah, thank you for the advertising there, Bet. For the folks watching, please do star the Puffer. He eats stars. It's all open source. Helps us out for free.
Yep.
Puffer.ai, star the Puffer. This is rounded to 2K now. I'm hoping that we get to actual
rounded.
2K.
What's the actual number?
It is 1993.
Has to be 1.8.
We're 7 off of actual 2000.
Wow.
That's cool.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
7
We
off
should
of actual
do a
2K.
Puffer celebration once we get to 2K.
Dude, I don't know how I don't know what I can possibly do. I'm already like on here streaming constantly.
Yeah, just hit a bench. I don't know, like a bench set when we reach
It's
2K.
have you not? I've been doing that in the background all
Yeah,
day.
yeah. I don't know, like
I can't even do an impressive bench set at this moment. I had a 1K total before pneumonia. It's
You
gonna take a
could do
while.
you could do a like match rep to your star count.
Oh
oh
jeez.
my yeah, dude, do like a full stream where you're trying to reach 2K. Not
Like,
just
and I'm
bench,
not
like
saying like
exercise
you
bench.
have
That's how
to
you
like
know what rhabdo is, because that's how you get. You want rhabdo, because that's how you get rhabdo.
No,
no,
dude,
I'm
don't do
not
it only
saying
for
like
bench. Do it for like bench plus squats plus pull-ups plus whatever
Do
other
you have
exercise you
any
want.
idea how? Okay, I think I've done like
one
80
star
bench
equals
reps
one
today.
rep. We're not looking for historical. We're looking for the difference between when you start stream to end stream.
Hmm,
I could do that.
I don't know.
Yeah, great idea.
What, just one stream where you try to reach 2K reps or
Or
2K?
new
Well,
stars.
heck,
One
yeah,
star equals one rep.
yeah. Oh, yeah. The different. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Maybe I'll do that when I get all my new gym equipment.
Yeah. Like for every star during the stream, you do a rep.
Mm-hmm.
So I see a lot of envs have the like variable terminals.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly is that used
It's
for?
duns.
What?
So you know the done flag, like reward obs, like was it obs rewards action done?
Yeah, I think
No.
terminal is end episode,
Yeah, the end is
truncated is
over.
end experiment.
It's not quite. So it's terminal is end of episode. Truncated is you reached the time limit. You didn't like die or like beat the level, but it's still over.
Yeah, like a
The
non-canceled experiment end.
terminal is like the kind of and it's reached its conclusion kind of thing. Right?
It's
Basically.
the episode is over. Yes. And truncated
And
is
by
the episode is
episode you
over,
mean
but
like
specifically, episode is like the, I don't know. You play the game, the agent dies. You like
yeah,
whatever wherever it makes sense
right.
logically to
Whatever
cut it.
your reset condition is.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
I don't know.
So
I
I guess for
honestly
me
don't know
it'll
if you even
be
really need these, to be
nothing.
honest.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like for Boyd's, is there really an episode? There's just one.
I honestly don't even think that it matters that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could literally just delete duns and everything. Well, the thing is that there are M's where like there are M's that you can
Yeah.
construct cases in which the duns matter, but usually they don't.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
This is the last thing I want to fix today, which I can't figure out, is why the hell we're getting nans. Now we're getting nans when we're getting bad hyperparameters, which is normal, but it's not supposed to crash torch. It's just supposed to make the loss explode.
Do you have like epsilon for protection?
I always have protection.
So more about this major release. Is this going to be a 3.0 branch on your repo?
I think it's gonna be 2.5. It depends how good the baselines are. If we get ridiculously good baselines, it'll be 3.0.
Even if it's a 2.5 release, do you still plan on making that the main GitHub branch?
Absolutely.
Perfect. I just love to get my hands on the new bindings, and
Oh,
I don't touch the dev branch if I'm being honest.
Well, the thing with that is like main is always gonna be, it gets up to 6 months behind. My dev cycles are usually 4 to 6 months. Sometimes it's 2 to 6 months. But yeah, it kind of depends.
I mean, you can probably, at least I remember with like the plugin I created, I had like basically this bot, this GitHub Actions that would kind of like I can choose when to release stuff and it can create for me like a change log and everything automatically just for my commits. So that might be a thing you want to look at.
What's that?
So I there's GitHub. So if you're using a specific kind of like commit format,
Mhm.
there's a GitHub Actions bot that can like automatically generate you all like the change log, all like the release notes and stuff of like this is what was fixed, this was what changed, this is what was added and stuff. It can do that all automatically, and you can kind of decide when you want to release that, and it does all the version bumping for you and everything like that. But that's like if you want to follow kind of the release cycle of like something you do with like semantic versioning. But from what I'm hearing, you just want to kind of go by it, like feel.
Pretty much. Well, the thing is, it would be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, but then OpenAI and everybody kind of screwed up the whole versioning thing by going in 0.5s or like 1 increments. So like now nobody gives a shit if you release. If I release this as 2.1, nobody cares, right?
I would argue I think that was more so the game industry that messed up the major minor patch versioning.
I don't know.
I know a lot
maybe.
of open source projects still use that, and but that's the thing. Yeah, like people don't like the hype is when kind of a newer like a 1.0 or a 2.0 kind of gets released.
Yeah, big number go burr, essentially.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah, this is just getting nans. Into where?
Telling you, drop an epsilon.
There is an epsilon. That doesn't help you when you have a nan.
That's actually fair. I was,
You got
yeah.
nanned on, man. Oh wait, hang on. Is it in the? It could be in the hyperparam sweeps itself. Because this is in Pyro. Ew. Okay. Is it max minus min? Oh wait, hang on. This I think I know what it is. Damn it. Yep, right here. Linky, we were missing epsilon protection.
Epsilon strikes again.
Linky, we were in fact missing the epsilon.
I'm not the most knowledgeable person, but I'll take a decent shot in the dark.
Oh, and hang on. This is. Where'd the other one go? Okay, look, I can't be expected to not ever miss an epsilon. Okay, it's a small indie company.
That's why we're here. We got to make sure, sanity checks happen.
I want to get this thing to not crash for now. This appears to run. We will see whether it is stable or not. In fact, we will this thing. Why does Tmux mess with your Vim theme as well? Sketchy.
You can use like a terminal with built-in multiplexers. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, you're gonna get Ghost TTY at some point.
I was
Yeah, you
gonna
can.
say you could just
To,
verify that it's on like
that's fine.
256 color, true color, or whatever. If you're using like fancy coloring, you have to change the color scheme of your terminal.
I just match them. So
Where
like,
did this? Okay, GPC norm. Unlinearize. Oh, I did it, right? Didn't I? One here, one here. Where's Y norm? Ah, Y norm. Very good. We shall see how this does. Okay, that is enabled. We've got... There's probably more training steps worth of data on this graph than most PhD students do in their whole PhDs. Actually, it's way more than that, come to think of it. Yeah. Oh yeah, way more.
so is each line in like a different environment?
Each one of these is an experiment run on Neural MMO
Yeah.
in which it played 2,000 years worth of games.
Okay. And some cut short because why? Because like what's your termination condition, I guess?
It just wasn't working, or some of them crashed, or whatever.
Mm.
But like, yeah, the full ones on these are 100 billion steps, which I believe is 500 bytes each. So is that I think it's 500 terabytes of data each. Is that correct? 500 gigabytes or 500 terabytes? 500
Or
terabytes. It's a lot of data.
yeah, so you said like you have
Per run.
5 million, for a single run, right?
It's a lot of data.
Yeah.
And this, you can see the progression, where I think the 2.0 baseline is around 2.5, 2.6 or something. So you can
Yeah.
see the progression.
And Y, I just want to make sure Y is the reward, and
Mhm.
then X is the episodes or
X is total steps trained.
Steps.
It's quite nice.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully, maybe with mine we can, once it's done, once Boyd's is actually working, we can sweep it and see what happens.
Yeah, yours is not going to take 100 billion steps to train. I can
Yeah,
guarantee
no,
that.
of course.
But there's so much cool stuff that you can do with Boyd's, because like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it depends how much you want to do with it, but like one thing that would be hilarious would just be like to put it in the on the web page somehow, not just like as a thing that you
Ooh.
click into, but have the puffers just swim around the web page.
Yeah, as like an idle animation or something. I don't know.
I mean, do you know it's kind of ripped off from David Ha.
David Ha. I don't
David
know.
Ha has this awesome. Does he still have it on Otoro? No, see, he used to have all these like multi-agent things. He used to do all this stuff. Now he does. He runs like the national lab for AI in Japan.
Ooh.
Um,
Okay.
he's kind of like their AI celebrity.
Wow.
I mean, but the thing is, he's legitimate. He's not just like he's done like all sorts of cool work.
He's not Sam Altman.
Yeah, Altman is, man, it's freaking. I wish OpenAI had stayed like open. It was so
Open.
freaking
Yeah.
awesome in 2019. Like it was
Dude,
such a cool place.
I
It's the best place
love
I've ever worked
the
by a mile.
I love so did you work on the agents thing where they did the hide and seek thing? Because that was sick.
So funny thing about that, if they'd given me a full-time offer, I would have. I told them exactly what was going to go wrong with that project, and lo and behold, a year later, it went wrong in exactly the way I told them.
Wow.
Uh,
It's such a cool project though, because there were some emergent like
oh yeah, but the thing
behaviors
is,
that were just
and that
mind
worked,
blowing.
right? And that I told them would work. The stuff is all the appendix, like the whole appendix of that paper is about transfer learning. I told them it wouldn't work. I told them why it wouldn't work, and lo and behold, it mostly didn't work. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it
no,
was
emergent tool use is a very cool project. Now the thing is, if I had done it in PufferLib, like the thing is, we could
Mhm.
actually probably we could probably reproduce like pretty well that result on like 1 to 8 GPUs.
Do you think Puffer will at some point get 3D envs? Like
We have 3D envs.
we'll expand to 3. Oh, we do already?
Yeah, we have 3D envs.
Which ones?
I mean, don't we have a?
Oh,
I'm
right.
probably gonna butcher this pronunciation, but Majuko, whatever it is.
But first party.
Yeah.
I see
So
what
we have
you're saying.
this. Spencer made this.
Ooh.
This is a random
Right.
agent, and the animations like glitch sometimes, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
this is a 3D puzzler env.
Right.
I mean, the thing is like the distinction, the 3D 2D distinction doesn't actually matter all that much.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
It does.
RuneScape is technically 2D,
Yeah, I mean, sure.
right? Like it's just rendered 3D. Like the emergent tool use paper, except for the ramps, the only thing that makes it not not 2D is the ramps,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
literally,
Because
like you could have probably modeled it like with 2D and just have the ramps like bridge you over. Like the fact that it's 3D barely does anything.
right. I mean, yeah. Doesn't do much.
But like you can do
well,
it
I mean,
Yeah, I
anyways.
mean,
It's like it's
you could
not hard to
depict a
make a 3D
ramp.
env if you don't need fancy physics, right? It's
yeah.
like the fancy physics is the thing that matters and is annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've also got do we have Impulse Wars bound correctly?
So is
I can only take
this-
credit for helping with the front end of this.
Mhm.
Oh, I guess it doesn't render? That's shitty. Oh, wait.
Are you evaling?
Hmm?
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
What's...
I think it's kebab case.
It shouldn't be.
Mm.
Render is
Oh,
true.
you know. Okay. Is it just render then?
I don't know why he did
I
this
don't think
like
it's
this. It's
kebab.
kind of silly. No, it's just it's improperly named.
Mm.
I don't know why it's a bool. All right, well we'll have to fix it. Render Impulse Force is really
Yeah.
cool. We gotta get that thing working nicely. Do our runs work? This one crashed. Oh. Sensor not float. Maybe it is stable, we'll see. I suspect the maze one. Oh, maze is still. Right. Well, hopefully that works. I am going to go get dinner. I've got a call
Alright.
to take. I've got a few things to do. And yeah, we will see. I think I probably will come back later in the evening for some dev. I don't know. I'm I normally like to keep my days longer than 8 hours, and I feel like good and productive for at least 10. But when I'm doing
Mhm.
freaking like this type of shitty pre-release work, it's like it's more of a marathon. Where it's like you just got to be productive over 2 weeks of like doing with all this annoying stuff because like the work just isn't interesting.
Yeah.
It's always this way for a release. It's like the least productive times for me are always pre-release, and then the worst is writing a paper, which thankfully I don't have to do anymore.
Hopefully I can get Boyd's ready in a good state before like
Yeah,
you're already releasing, so
would
we
be
can
nice.
push it with this release.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of M's that we're waiting on as well. Like Impulse Force got to be finished, GPU drive's got to be finished. Um, there was another one as well, right? What's the other big one?
The one the self-driving one.
Yeah, that's GPU drive. I think those are the two big ones we're waiting on. Anyways,
Yeah.
for the folks watching at the moment, thanks for dropping by. All my stuff's free and open source, puffer.ai with some fun demos here. If you want to help me out for free, just star the repo. Almost at 2K proper stars, not rounded. If you want to get involved with development, join the Discords, discord.gg/puffer. Most of our top contributors came in with 0 RL experience, so it's a great place to learn as well. And if you'd like more RL content, you can follow me on X. Check out the blog, which is also on X. It has stuff for new people to RL, but also some cutting edge RL stuff and some discussion there as well. So thank you. I will be back